Part 2. Expansion and diversification of the Crusading movement. Page 4. The later Crusades and changing dynamics. Following the initial success of the First Crusade, the subsequent Crusades from the 12th to the 13th centuries reflected the changing dynamics of both European and Near Eastern geopolitics. The Second Crusade, 1147-1149, called in response to the fall of the county of Edessa, ended in failure, marking the beginning of a series of complex and often less successful military campaigns. The Third Crusade, 1189-1192, led by figures such as Richard the Lionheart of England, Philip II of France, and Emperor Frederick Barbarossa, was sparked by the capture of Jerusalem by Saladin in 1187. While it achieved some successes, such as the capture of Acre, it failed to recapture Jerusalem, highlighting the challenges of maintaining Christian control over the Holy Land. The Fourth Crusade, 1202-1204, diverged dramatically from its original goal, culminating in the sack of Constantinople, a Christian city, in 1204. This event not only widened the rift between the Eastern Orthodox and Roman Catholic churches, but also signaled a shift in the nature of the Crusading movement, where political and economic motives increasingly overshadowed religious ones. Page 5. The Crusades in the broader medieval context. The Crusading movement must be understood within the broader context of medieval society, where the concept of holy war became a significant aspect of European identity. The Crusades had a profound impact on the development of knightly chivalry and the idea of the warrior as a servant of God, merging the martial values of the nobility with religious devotion. This period also saw the rise of military orders, such as the Knights Templar and the Knights Hospitaller, which played crucial roles in the defense of the Holy Land and the care of pilgrims, further entwining the concepts of militarism and Christian service. The impact of the Crusades extended beyond the battlefield, influencing the economic, cultural, and intellectual life of Europe. The increased contact with the Islamic world facilitated the transfer of knowledge, goods, and technologies, contributing to the European Renaissance. However, the Crusades also fostered a legacy of religious intolerance and conflict, as seen in the heightened persecution of Jews in Europe and the entrenchment of Christian-Muslim animosities. Page 6. The decline of the Crusading ideal. By the late 13th century, the Crusading ideal began to wane as the last vestiges of the Crusader States fell to Muslim forces with the fall of Acre in 1291, marking the end of the Latin presence in the Levant. The failed attempts to launch new crusades in the 14th and 15th centuries, such as the Crusade of Nicopolis, 1396, and the Crusade of Varna, 1444, reflected the diminishing power and resolve of Christendom to maintain its crusading zeal. The transformation of the Crusading movement into a more generalized form of holy war, targeting not only Muslims but also other perceived enemies of the faith, including heretics and political adversaries, indicated the diversification and eventual dilution of the original Crusading ethos. The shift in focus towards the Reconquista in Spain and crusading efforts in the Baltic region further exemplified this trend, as the original goal of reclaiming the Holy Land became increasingly sidelined. This part has explored the evolution, challenges, and broader impacts of the Crusading movement, setting the stage for a reflective examination of its legacy and enduring relevance in the final section.